Hello, pull up a chair and join us in the alcove. Here is episode 21 of our homebrewed 5th edition D&D campaign, the Chaoslands. Our campaign can drink now. It's legal.
Yeah, we did it.
We did it. As always, before we start, we have a handful of quick announcements. Before we start. Okay. I really need to reword this copy. We go live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and our WODs are uploaded to YouTube every Friday. We also do reruns on our Twitch channel every Thursday morning and Monday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. Give us a follow down below to get a notification whenever we're about to go live. While you're checking out the links below, be sure to follow us on all of our social medias. Our Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok for all the latest news and schedule updates. I made a TikTok this week, and I followed our account. I made a TikTok account. I'm very in. I'm very in with the cool stuff.
I was really excited for the
TikTok. He's gonna actually start making TikToks, so keep an eye out for that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
DM dances.
Yeah.
Also, a big shout out to Syrinscape, because epic games need epic sound. Syrinscape is a digital tool with a collection of amazing sound sets and music that we use to improve the ambiance of our game and stream. If you're looking for a way to improve the immersion at your RPG table, go check them out at Syrinscape.com.
You messed me up.
What's the other arm?
You messed me up.
Well, if we're good to get going, let's begin. Previously on the Chaoslands. As the city of Schema recovered from what conspired at the Climatology Bureau, the Iron Will found themselves holed up in the Golden Anvil for a few days, until power was restored to the ward, and they were finally able to receive some assistance from Ward 1, in the form of an undercover Inspector Caspian, and a novice artificer who arrived to safely transport the Aetherion shard that you all had unwittingly found yourselves in the possession of after recovering it from the wreckage. Albeit for some of you a bit begrudgingly.
No.
Caspian informed you more about the current political landscape of the city, which had undergone a bit of a major shift with the events that had conspired. With Ward 4 having tossed its lot in with Ward 3, as well as the artificers having to negotiate with the de facto leader of the wards, one Ezekiel Miralar, the boss of the Gul Vandalis, to grant them access to repair the damaged fire chamber and maintain some semblance of order and normalcy over the city. However, she also informed you of the dire need to figure out an alternative power source, as more and more of the city was now depowered and suffering the consequences of the fact that, more of these spires are no longer running. Later, the same day, you were visited by your acquaintance, Druvenry, currently employed by Ezekiel himself, with an invitation to visit the Mushroom Lounge for a grand reopening gala. She mentioned that the boss had personally requested to speak with you all, and sent her as an envoy. She was quite worried about your knowledge of her original, now abandoned mission, which technically involved killing him. At her invitation, you all adorned yourself in your finest and made your way to the lounge, where some of you partook of the signature fungal concoctions, and listened to an enchanting performance by the one and only Lyra Lovelace. As the performance wound down, with some of you in a very good mood, you made your way upstairs to meet with Drew on the second level, who would take you upstairs to meet the boss himself. We pick up on the second floor just as Drew is about to lead you all upstairs. Is there anything you want to do? Any level setting you want to do before she...
Should we just take a long rest on the stairs here before we...
The room is... There's a dim conversation. This entire floor, balcony level, is kind of dimly lit with only the glowing mushrooms on the tables. There's... The people here are a little bit more generally dressed formally, having hushed talk. There's almost no waitstaff here. It's a much more moody atmosphere than downstairs, where it was a little bit more rowdy. There was a lot more loud conversations. The conversation here is a lot quieter.
If I recall correctly, I also have you one arm over my shoulder
yes.
and carrying, bugging you upstairs.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Psychic Whispers with Kalthir. Comment just we may need this.
Through the drow with her. She's wearing relatively like a little bit finer, cleaner attire than what you've normally seen her in. A little bit more like flashier, like you can see knives and daggers on her like chest. She's openly like not trying to hide the fact that she's armed.
Does she seem on edge at all?
Make an insight check.
Can I help?
You are not drunk, so yes, you can.
He is charmed.
He
I
is
don't know if that
charmed.
matters.
I don't think that matters in this game.
26.
One spot.
But hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, not as high as 26. 19.
Still pretty good.
She seems a little on edge. I think she seemed like she was composed and had a composure. But seeing the state that some of your companions are in, she's a little bit more on edge. When she saw
It's nothing to worry about.
the big one and Astra coming upstairs.
Okay. I'll just mention in my head over to you then. Tsu seems a little bit on edge. Perhaps worried about the conversation we're about to have. Just I'll keep an eye in case seems like anything may go down.
Yeah, don't think she might not be a problem, but our friends here might.
Diamond's also going to look around to see if there's any indications of a trap. Like
Stop
if there's
spinning so quickly. Ugh.
spinning his neck, like any signs of like guards hiding, looking at us funny.
Make a
or-
perception check.
Perception. I'll use the uncle dice. Nope.
Shouldn't have used it. Told you.
The room is very dimly lit, so it's almost hard to make out. Like, with how bright it was downstairs, your eyes are even taking a little bit of time to adjust to, especially with like the performance that happened on the stage, the bright spotlight, and you can still see like past the balcony. There's almost like a row of mounted, what seem like magical lamps that are just pointed downwards towards the stage. There is a glow coming from down below through the little opening in front of the balcony. You're just kind of wowed by the atmosphere itself. You still feel like a little bit of a lingering, like you're looking around to see if you can spot Lyra Loveless anywhere. She's not there. No.
Do you think she'll sign my backpack if we find her?
Do you think she has any more apples?
Probably.
Oh.
I bet she has anything you could ever wish for.
She's magical.
I'm not charmed, by the way. I just really like her.
Different
They
kind of
don't.
charm.
They don't
Yeah.
know. Like they don't know that they're charmed either. So, Drew just like shakes her head. Oh, follow me. I guess we might as well get this over with. And she starts leading you up the stairs, towards the third level, the VIP room, so to speak.
Yeah.
Who's leading the way?
Yeah.
What's the marching order? Who's leading the way?
Oh no, marching order. I'll be up front.
Yeah.
As we're going up, though, I'm gonna telepathically say to big one, psst, psst, big one. Nobody probably thought to do this, but we can talk like this secretly.
Who is this?
Don't say it out loud.
I don't
In
think
your
I'm
head.
talking out loud.
Oh, you're definitely talking out loud. This is insane. Better, yes. Okay.
Astra, somebody's talking to me.
It's me, you idiot.
Oh. Why don't you just talk out loud?
So that we can be secret.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying everything telepathically. I assume you're saying everything. just
I'm saying everything out loud. Yeah. Oh, okay.
As you go up the stairs, so you're leading the way.
I would have been right behind him.
Out there, you're with them. The stairs are roughly
However long
like
it takes
2 by
me to
2,
get up.
so you can.
Or then I
locate
would have been like
either
alongside.
I'm-
We would have been holding
Yeah,
hands.
Yeah, I'm being carried by Timon. So.
Yep, and then the big one would bring you up the rear. Yeah,
Probably.
Probably. Stays behind.
Yeah. Where's big one? Yeah. Just all the
Yeah.
stairs sprawl down. Yeah. I'm good.
Did you also eat the mushroom?
Sure
or was
did.
it just
No,
You?
I took a bite of it.
I had the
And then-
apple ones,
You
and
responded to
I
the data.
ate and drank both.
Yeah, because
So,
you
yeah.
you didn't
Yeah.
realize you drank the mushroom.
Yeah.
because it grabs it with his trunk?
Yeah.
You still smell just like apples everywhere, and especially with your heightened sense of smell, is just the
Wonderful.
wonderful. For you, actually, in the dark, you had the black.
Golden globe.
You had the golden glow, and
Yeah.
you also had like the
You ate the
Umbra shrimp.
black mushroom.
That sounds
It's
good.
strange. You can see the
Double one.
like the shadows around you are moving. You can see them. You do have dark vision up to 60 feet, but and it does not appear like there is that you are in darkness. But there are shadows. They're just moving, and it's hard to like keep track of which way they're moving. They're moving in a strange, like undulating fashion.
Weird. Okay. Is it like spooky or is it more like
definitely
interesting?
I think you're in a generally positive state of mind,
Okay.
but if you weren't, see what happens.
Okay.
I think generally you're having a good time.
Okay, but there's ghosts about.
So, as you approach the end of the landing, there's at the end of the stairway. There's like a landing, and as Drew climbs up, she looks to the left. There's pretty much a small room, and at the end of which there's a big, like, massive double door. Standing in front of the door, you see a figure that I don't think any of you have seen before. It's a large, almost the same height as the big one.
Jesus.
Furry, matted creature.
Large.
He has like a little bit of
Is it a
a
bugbear?
Large furry.
he has a little bit of a snout and almost like a hyena-like face, with like fangs that are jutting out below him. He's got like bright golden eyes. He's looking back at you. He's wearing the strange. He's wearing something you have seen before, but you do not recognize on him. He's wearing like an electrosteel armor with a electrosteel backpack and pipes that connect to gauntlets in his arms.
Wait, he's wearing like what those guys were wearing at the.
Correct.
Um,
Except on his hand, instead of having like a weapon,
no.
in Ward 1.
Yeah, when we went
At
to go
the-
talk
at
with
the
what's her
Prime
name?
Conduit Spire.
Um,
You recognize it as the
Like the
weapons
cogs.
Yeah,
at the
Iron
Prime
Con-
Conduit Spire.
yeah, that's the one. Prime Conduit.
What you do see is in his hand, he's holding a giant, like almost like a lash of sorts. It's like a whip with like 3 large electrosteel like prongs and tasers that are just kind of dangling by him. He's just standing there armed in front of the door.
Does he like so? Other than that stuff that he's wearing, does he look like he's wearing like the insignia or like clothing or anything that like denotes that he would be a member of like that guard or anything like that, or does it look like he just acquired this machinery?
Make an insight check.
It's God. 12.
Hard to tell. There's no
What
marking
up,
or anything.
Imagining right now is in Book of Boba, that one Wookiee.
Oh,
like,
Chrysanthos?
Yeah.
Chrysanthon? Whatever his name is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Useless Wookiee.
With his
Can
That shell butchered him.
looking at him, his demeanor, does it look like he is also on edge or anything? Like, is he anxious for our arrival? Does it look like we're walking into a trap?
he looks at all of you and gives like a big growling snarl.
I growl back. But you can tell and then I just giggle. I growl and then I giggle.
It's like brown fur. It's strange. He's like wearing the armor, but underneath you can almost tell that he's dressed fairly nicely. He's got like nice dress pants on underneath the armor, the bottom. It's a very strange mix, very eclectic. As he looks up, Drew kind of like, the boss wants to see them. He just like wordlessly looks over all of you, turns around, opens the door, points you all inside. Through the door, you can see out into almost what you see straight across from you is a glass wall. And in front of which there's a couple of couches that are kind of off on the right side. That's what you can make out from here. You hear the conversation, you hear the voice of conversation happening on the inside, actually, as you step in.
Does it sound heated or...
No, it actually sounds very pleasant. What you make out as you walk in. Regardless, Lady Garnett sends her deepest apologies for being unable to attend. As you know, she's quite busy with the preparation for her anniversary gala in a few weeks. And especially with all the recent difficulties, we do hope you will grace us with your presence at the Jeweled Cabaret. And perhaps you can even convince Miss Lovelace to perform as well. As you step inside, you find yourself in a large room with a glass wall in front of you, couches on one side. To your right, almost, you see a small bar that's been set up in the corner. Behind it, there stands a construct, very similar to what you saw at Quantum.
This is the second time we've heard Lady Garnett, right?
Yeah.
The
I think somebody...
yeah,
somebody
Amelia
in our-
Wobbleford said it.
Yeah, somebody in our group might know this person.
I don't
Maybe.
remember.
The room is larger than you thought it would be. And to your left, you notice almost like on a bit of a raised pedestal. There's a large desk, fancy, like almost an executive desk that's been set up. And behind it is a single chair. On that chair sits a very imposing, muscular, middle-aged man. He has short, salt and pepper hair and a neatly trimmed beard. He's wearing a white dress shirt with the sleeves rolled up and a black silk vest with purple and gold embroidery.
Bertrand Bell.
From one pocket of his vest dangles a gold chain, while the other has a matching purple handkerchief sticking out of it. What's immediately noticeable to you all is that his attire is probably a size or two too small for him. And not due to an unhealthy weight. His thick neck, broad chest, and bulging arm muscles stand testament to the fact that this was a man who is very much in shape and capable of defending himself. But at the moment,
Boy.
he appears quite at ease,
3 C's.
with a smile on his face in spite of what seems to be a perpetually stern furrow of his brow. The other thing that you notice on top of the desk is a large bouquet of beautiful white flowers. And as you notice this, you also notice the person with whom the boss seems to be having a conversation. As he turns around and notices you all enter, you see a tiefling. Male, with short horns, red skin, and a pronounced goatee. Pitch black eyes. Very similar in recognition.
Evil twin.
What?
How did you go there?
Wearing what seems like fairly elaborate and ostentatious dark navy suit. You walk into the room,
What color is his
not.
hair?
black.
Completely.
As you walk in, he turns to look back at you. The man sitting behind the table says, I personally wouldn't miss it for the world, but I doubt if Miss Lovelace will be in attendance. Far be it for me to speak on her behalf, but I don't think her and the venue would be a good fit. You know what I mean? He gives like a little bit of a chuckle. I do admit, as welcome as your visit has been, please feel free to partake in the gala downstairs. As you can see, I have other guests and matters to attend to. Mr. The other tiefling turns around, turns towards the boss. You can call me Salvir, Mr. Salvir, he says with a bit of a smirking look back at you all. Lavin, can I get you to make that roll, please?
How do you spell that? S
A-L-V-I-R.
A-R?
V-I-R.
20.
Okay.
What roll are you making?
Secrets.
As he looks back and gives a little bit of a smirk on his face, there's a loud cawing noise as from behind the couch. There seems like from here you can make out a coffee table was kind of been set up. A large crow jumps up onto the couch, onto the back of the couch, and looks back at all of you.
Oh, whoa. Don't eat him, Professor. We don't know who he is.
As the tiefling turns towards you all. Well, I guess I will be taking my leave now. Rufus? And he holds up his hand. The crow flies over,
Always with him.
lands on his hand. Like, hops up onto his shoulder.
Fucking crow.
Rufus.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
This whisper is brought to you by Syrinscape. And for epic sounds, need epic sounds on soundscape.com. Syrinscape.
Great. You're there.
.com.
As he turns, walks away, Drew kind of opens the door for him. The boss, Ezekiel. Spider, you can leave. Tell,
Yeah, I'm like, sorry.
tell Gerald he can come in.
Oh, big boy's name's Gerald.
Drew kind of looks at you all a little taken aback and then bows out as she leaves the big, like, armored and comes, like, she says something you can make out. Boss wants you in. And he steps inside, closes the door. You all look kind of usher inside to the front, and you notice, aside from the couches in front of the glass window, there's really no other seating. There's no seating in front of his desk. He's sitting in a rather lavish chair behind it, looking down upon the rest of the room. As you all come in and take your place in front of him, I guess, standing. The Gerald, as you make it, walks in, kind of goes over to the right side of the room, stands up against the wall, just surveying the situation. Welcome. I see you have enjoyed my hospitality. It's nice to finally make your acquaintance. My name is Ezekiel Miralar. I've heard a lot of you from my little spider, so to speak.
Mr. Miralar, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Ark Miracroft.
He's like well above you.
Oh.
He's literally like his desk is about like 5 feet off the ground.
So it's my height, pretty much.
Is he human?
He's human.
He's human.
He's a very muscular and swole-looking human, but he is human.
Then I'm just like peering over the desk.
You all gather like a loose. Please, make yourself comfortable. And he gets up out of his chair. This is mostly for formality. He steps down from the like dais that his table is on. I have to admit, I've heard a lot about you all. Would like to learn a little more. Who are
Well,
you?
what do you want to know? We're an open book. Go right ahead.
Well, your name is first. Would be nice.
After you, good sir.
My name's Calthea.
Calper, pleasure to make your acquaintance.
And yours?
Oh, he said his name already.
No, I just meant it was a pleasure to make his acquaintance.
It is rude of me, but I do happen to know your name already, Big One. Or the Big One, I presume.
Oh. Do you know my name?
How do you know
Can't
my
say I
name?
do. We'll get to that.
Oh,
Oh my god, you're
I must be
famous.
special here.
I'm very special.
You both are drunk.
And charmed.
Timon, you notice that as you step into this room, the charm effect on you, like the obsession with Lady Ezekiel or Lady Lyra Lovelace. That seemed to dampen a little bit.
She's not that pretty.
You still, like, you wouldn't do anything for her, but
You do some things.
she's like a friend.
Oh my.
Depends on the reward.
But you do notice that a little in your head. You feel a little weird about it. Mr. Arkmere, pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. I see you've got my flowers.
I have to admit, I know of you as well.
What?
We've heard.
So
I
there were white
can't
flowers on
help
this
but
table.
I can't help but notice the striking similarity.
You
Are you a member of the Sons of Stygia?
What? Yes.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
I can't help but notice the striking similarity. You wouldn't happen to know any of these Sons of Stygia, would you? I understand if you wish to keep it very hush-hush, you know. It's not exactly a group that is very, let's just say, liked among polite.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm not sure what you're talking about, but maybe you can enlighten me sometime.
Oh, I mean, this Mr. Salvier who just visited, he seemed, I'm sure you couldn't help but notice the striking similarity. There are a handful of people of a similar ilk, but I fear I may be divulging a bit too much. Would any of you care for something to drink?
Astra.
Astra, yes.
My name-
Yes, we were going about with
Yes.
names.
My name is Astra.
Pleasure to meet you.
This is Timon, by the way.
I'm
Not that. Yes.
I'm Timon. I'm helping Astra.
Pleasure to
As
meet
I'm
you.
just hanging.
You wouldn't happen to have one of those little things with the little apple thing in it, would you?
Oh, I'm sure. And as you look around, you can see that the bar that's set up in the corner is like a shelf at the top, which is full of just like these mushrooms in small jars.
Is
so
the
to speak.
big fellow back there the bartender?
No,
Oh.
that's Gerald.
Oh,
He works for me, so to speak.
Is there macaroni and
back.
cheese at the bar?
There's more drinks, but I can ask for some to be brought up if you'd like.
It's okay.
Yes, Timon, pleasure to meet you. May I get you all
Likewise.
something to drink this year? I believe he calls himself Seabot 1000. He can prepare most of any drinks, and I did send something down for you at the special request.
Aye, I got
like-
it was the
like-
Dark Spider. I was very impressed.
Indeed. I do have maybe a couple more bottles of that if you wish.
I wouldn't mind another one. Thank you.
Definitely.
That's very impressive. That's the top brewery in Cornwall.
He gets up and kind of walks over. Please, take a seat at the. He gestures towards the couch.
I drop past him after the couch.
This is more of an intimate conversation. I don't feel like we're doing business here. At least not yet. He walks over to the bar and one Darkspire, one apple shroom. Would you like anything?
No.
Caldir,
Thank you.
Arkmere, Astra?
No, just macaroni and cheese.
Yes. He walks back to the door, opens the door. Drew, can you get some mac and cheese from downstairs, please? Closes the door.
Arkmere, he knows my name.
Did you really send him those flowers? Do you guys? Are you? You know, trying to get with that?
He walks back over. Yes, the Seabot 1000 will prepare some drinks. Fascinating invention. Great construct, I must admit. Go see what good old Clanko has whipped up recently. I have heard that you met with one of my friends in Ward 1. I have many of those. Many friends.
Sorry, who's your friend on World 1? Clankos?
Oh, Clanko, yes. He and I go quite far back. There's also another friend in Ward 1, and that may be how I can potentially get this conversation started. Mr. Fedo Cassander speaks very highly of you. You would know.
I can understand why.
Yes, you did help him out of a little bit of a jam. He's.
I don't think he's dead. I told a few people that he might be dead, but I was just. He might be okay. He's probably okay.
I telepath, you're doing really good.
Thank you.
I have spoken with him recently. He's
thank
around.
God.
Yeah, I heard of the favor that you and your friend Arkmir, Mr. Arkmir, you did to him, or did for him. It was much appreciated.
Remind me what that was.
Oh, I believe there was an attempt made on his life when you all prevented his untimely demise.
I
Or at
definitely
least
remember
two,
that.
which is-
Does it smell like apples in here?
Speaking of Fedo, if you had, is your business with Mr. Von Dyke, is that still ongoing?
You see, that's actually interesting because I never heard of Mr. Von Dyke's involvement in anything.
He was after
And that
your-
was part of why I invited you here. I wanted to speak with you about several matters, but let's start with that one. The attempt on Mr. Fedo's life. I had heard rumors of an involvement from an outside group, an organization of sorts that has no place here in Schema. You mentioning Adrian Von Dyke. That may complicate things a little. Tell me what happened. You would enlighten me. What Fedo told me was there was an attack upon him. He was on the run. You had arrived in a very timely fashion and dispatched of the assassin that had been targeting him.
That's
Be careful what you say.
I
what
hope
you have
we
there
can
is
we
pretty
can
much.
have pure candor here. I'm not here to. Let's just say I'm not going to be speaking any untruths here.
What you said is pretty much the story here. I came across friend Fedo. He was under attack, and we took care of that gentleman.
And then he said Von Dyke sends his regards.
Was there anything else that potentially could lead to who the assailant was? Any clue?
I can pull out the old. I think I have a dagger from the guy, but only this. But just looks like every other dagger, unless you see something different. Maybe just toss that over. Miralar's dead.
We got him.
He catches it in his big, meaty, muscular hand, perfectly in the hilt.
Oh.
I'm impressed you managed to sneak this past my guards.
Oh, we snuck laws past your guards.
Yeah, it wasn't
I
hard.
mean, they're not the greatest.
They
I mean,
didn't
we
even
did
check
it.
our
No,
bags.
shh. We have nothing on us.
I'm gonna take it back. Doesn't seem to be anything immediately obvious about it.
I'm gonna put the thing more over my arm. Even though he clearly knows me.
So, that was an incident that happened. You see, the interesting part is that the attack on Mr. Cassander was the last of several attacks made on members of my organization.
Sorry, is Claire talking about is Drew? Drew.
Drew is not in the room.
She's going to get macaroni.
Mac and cheese.
Okay.
Must be hating life right now.
Yeah. Definitely cheese.
There's fit in it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. You wouldn't happen to know anything about any other assaults, particularly against an Ayas Stomus, a Wandit Uzdugar, a Veronica Yagic.
Asher,
Any
is he
names ring a
speaking
bell?
English?
He's
But I said
having
it
a
out loud.
stroke.
Oh.
Are you having a stroke?
I would like anybody who does remember those names to make a deception check.
Yeah, it's
Do I actually? Okay, I don't.
I don't.
I genuinely don't recognize any
I
of
think
those names.
Kalpir and Archmir
Yeah.
would be the two who would
Yeah.
make a deception check.
So I just have to
Like,
make a
I
straight
was
deception roll by
actually
just sitting there not saying anything.
He's
You're
like,
like-
he's trying to read you.
You're like
he
sweating.
will make an insight check.
He is going to read me. Get ready.
Yeah,
for
I didn't
So-
write down any names that the big one wouldn't know about.
what's
So
deception?
I probably have something written in my
I don't
notes.
recognize those names.
Wait.
I'm also drunk, so even if I
Okay,
did
wait.
know, the big one's just like.
Read them more.
It's not great at all. You can tell me if this helped or not, but it's a 14.
It passed.
Okay. Did I need the one?
What?
I rolled 13 and then I added one.
No, you did not.
Okay. Good.
9.
Sweat. I know everything.
There have been a lot of incidents as of late. Members of my close associates have met untimely demises. And it did happen to stop once Mr. Cassander's assailant was dispatched of. So I presumed that that was the same person responsible.
Why would anyone be making attacks on your people?
I have no idea. I run a perfectly legal enterprise.
Is this?
Is he even trying to hide it, or is that like a?
He has a
surprise
big
that-
smark on
yeah.
his face.
Yeah.
Got it.
Is this
I'm
the
gonna roll
first time that this has happened?
Or insight check with disadvantage because I'm drunk. Nope.
It's the most brazen, so to speak. There haven't been this many incidents as of late. And things have gone back to normal. So, or well, as normal as it can get. Yes, C1000 rolls over with each of your drinks.
Another.
Another.
Well, tell me about yourself then.
Well, I'm Astra Maris. I'm from North. This is my shoulder. Nope. With yourself?
You notice that the birds on Astra's dress,
That
they're
alive.
still there. They're still alive,
They're dead.
but they're not flying anymore. They're just sitting
They're
on.
dead.
They're
She's
dead.
dragging the dead birds
Oh,
now.
no.
Do
Little
I
crosses for
get a general sense, and you can say if this is too much of a stretch for me to just figure out, a nullification of...
Make an Arcana check.
Like the turn.
Oh, like we're in a magical room.
Enchantment.
Oh, you're rolling great.
7.
Are you sure he didn't drink?
I have no idea. You just notice things passively.
Sure.
You just notice that the birds.
I notice
are
a lot of
just
things happening, but I'm not putting it together.
You're like,
Yes, well, I noticed that, of course, the big one, you are from the city, but for the rest of you, Mr. Kalpir, Mr. Arkmir, Mr. Time and Miss Astra,
For the rest of you non-important.
what brought you to the city, if you don't mind me asking?
Is he addressing any one of us specifically, or just...
Let's start with you, Mr. Kalpir.
Honestly, it was pure chance. I was wandering out in the... I don't remember the name of the fields that were out there, but I was wandering about and came across a caravan coming from... Was it coming from Kaimal? Cornwall, sorry. Wait, wrong one.
The wrong world.
Wrong world.
Cut that. Yeah. caravan coming from Cornwall, and that was when I met these individuals over here. They were on their way to Schema, and I just decided to tag along and see the city.
Well, but there must be something that you're looking for, something that you're... Nobody just gets up and leaves the comfort of their homes and ventures out into the Chaoslands for no reason.
This girl does. Right here.
Yes, Miss Astra, what brought you to Schema? Why did you leave? You said you were from North?
Yeah.
North.
Yeah. I was from North, and I was looking for a friend, and I found...
You were looking
4.
for a friend.
Yeah, and I found 4 of them right here.
Interesting.
She also has an invisible friend.
Don't we all?
Well,
You see, let me be frank here.
Okay, Frank.
Is his name Frank?
I noticed you all as being very capable individuals.
That's true.
And I will get to the matter of what happened at the Climatology Bureau as well. And, of course, I completely understand that some of your compatriots have partook of substances that are available and made of purview here. And
He's usually
I'm glad.
not this
It's,
embarrassing. I'm sorry.
you consider it a first sort of a reward for a job well done.
I'm sorry, what, John?
Yeah.
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 Yes. Thank you.
Well, what the incident at the Climatology Bureau, the support with the Fedo, Mr. Fedo Cassander. I think you all deserve some recompense for the good that you have done in this city. I hope you understand. I vehemently, completely appreciate all of you and the efforts that you put forth, the desire to sort of restore the city to great glory that it was in the past with what happened at Ward 8. I would just like to provide you all with my support if you would desire, and my resources if there's anything that you would need.
In my head, I say to Agni, here it comes.
Now, of course, if there's anything that I can help you with, if you are looking for work, if you are looking for things to do, sometimes I'm in need of some open hands to go and meet and interact with some people outside of the ward, as I myself don't tend to leave Ward 3 very much. Sometimes I'm in need of a closed fist to enforce some change across the city. I pay very well, and I can help connect you all with information, sources, resources, the things you were looking for. And that was originally my reasons for asking what brought you all here, what brought you to Schema is, I'm sure if you've been around the city and the big one, you can for sure know this. The city is full of bureaucracy. It's full of red tape. It's full of false promises, and it's full of people who will give you the runaround and not tell you straight up and truthfully what's going on. I'm not one of those people.
Oh, I don't think I've told many, if any, lies to you.
I'm a man of action, and I will do whatever it takes to help you if you choose to work with me. Of course, this is all optional. It's simply an opportunity that's on the table for you to get some connections, establish some contacts in the city. Any sort of opportunity, so to speak. Consider it an open offer. Now, tell me more about what happened at the Climatology Bureau. I would like to know everything.
We can start with, what do you know so far?
I know that the Silent Razors were involved in a secret covert attempt to destabilize Ward 3 and the rest of SEMA, honestly. That they infiltrated the building, that there was a battle of sorts, that the spire itself was damaged during it, and that you all were at the spire. That my spider, when she got there, and at this point, there's a knock on the door. Miss Asher, that would be your mac and cheese, please.
I get up and I run.
She falls over
As
halfway
you-
there.
As you open the door, you just see Drew with like the angriest look that you've ever seen on anybody's face, just
Thank you,
seething.
kind of, and I boop her on the nose.
She gives you a
Everyone growls.
slams the door. There's the plate of mac and cheese.
And just cross-legged on the floor. Story time.
Now, I don't mean disrespect by this, but how did you claim yourself as someone who is very much in control of this ward and have your resources everywhere? How did this happen under your nose?
See, that's where the other incident comes in. A lot of my focus and attention was drawn upon the unfortunate fates that met some of my closest confidants. The attacks on Mr. Utkar, Mr. Stillness, Miss Yagic, Mr. Cassandra. Plus, while I know some people in Blacksmith Row, it's complicated. So, it was a bit of a blind spot of mine that the Climatology Bureau is one of the most well-defended buildings in the ward. Is one of the most well-defended from the outside. I have my own men watch the front and most of its perimeter almost every moment of every day. Nobody expected an attack from... I heard there was something about a tunnel that led out to blacksmith's
That's
shop.
that there is a tunnel. We did come across that, and
Yes.
that is how we ended up in the climatology building.
Yeah. And I have also heard that the blacksmith who so openly flouted his allegiance for the Silent Razors as opposed to the Govindalis, he has a little bit of a smirk on his face, met an untimely end.
Did you have anything to do with that?
Oh no, I run a perfectly legal enterprise.
Do I believe him?
Make an insight check.
So I was actually going to ask, when he was talking about wanting to know more about the like what actually went down, and that apparently there was a tunnel, and like we have all these guys. Did he sound truthful in that, or did it sound like he's trying to like lie and that like he knew exactly that there was a tunnel there, but he's playing it off like he didn't know?
Make an insight check as well. What did you roll? 10?
15.
He's hard to read, but he's not lying.
What
You can tell that he's being a little bit loose with, like, he's intentionally, like, you can tell that what he's saying is his very well rehearsed practice thing. That is his stance. He is not doing anything illegal. But you also
He is
know
Not
that
doing
he's,
anything.
you know that it's a lie, right?
His
Like,
hands
it's
are
not
clean.
like what he's saying, he's speaking with such conviction that is what he is saying. He's not, he also knows what he does.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
So dirty.
So dirty.
He did not know at all.
Doesn't seem like he
Yes.
knows.
Oh.
He did not know about the tunnel. What he's saying to you is, you gather that is the extent of his knowledge as to what happened.
Okay.
Have you ruled out any chance of it being an inside job?
No, I have not. But I don't think I have any associates who would have been in the vicinity or anybody who would have helped smuggle them in.
Not necessarily.
The Silent Razors, that's a bit of a lie, I guess. There would be someone in the leadership of the Silent Razors who would know our safe houses, our hiding spots, our patrols.
Who's this?
We're all friends here.
We are. There's a former member of my staff, rather senior as well, named Hezerick. He's a former associate, and he
Definitely spelling that with Z's.
Heserik.
Oh man.
Not even close.
Damn it.
Hezerick?
G-S something around.
Heserik.
Okay, that's close.
Eserik.
I'd originally sent him off to Ward 8 to establish contact with the Silent Razors and potentially negotiate with them, figure out what they were working on. He did not return, and I have it on fairly good authority that he ended up joining with their cause, so to speak. I also have it on very good authority that the Silent Razors are no more. That he and the rest of the remnants of the Razors kind of took tail and ran and kind of spread out around town. And honestly, if there is to be a fruitful, if you desire employment or work of any sort, if you are able to recover Mr. Hezerick and bring him back to me, you will be very well rewarded. So with somewhere in the vicinity of 5,000 or 6,000 gold. A bonus if you bring him back alive. If he is still alive, that is.
I'll keep that in mind.
Why do you think he defected?
Originally, I chalked it up to laziness. It's a long hike to get to Ward 8. Hezerick was always a bit of a... He wanted some space to conduct some experiments of sorts. He was one of your kin, an artificer, a former artificer.
Do I recognize the name?
Make a history check.
Is this a straight history check? Because I'm intoxicated? Don't know if that would affect that. Doesn't really matter.
Take the
It's a,
drinks out of the fridge.
it's a 9.
No, you don't recognize the name. I'll take it later. I'll just take it out in case it explodes or something like that. He was looking into doing some experimentation, building some new technology.
what is that?
And I think he might have gotten an
else hear
opportunity and maybe some more funding. I kind of asked him to go there because I thought there would be an in if I could send an artificer who could potentially repair the ward, bring it back to life, so to speak. I thought they would be more welcoming of Hezerick.
Oh my god.
But I guess he wasn't very well appreciated over here. Well, maybe he thought the grass was greener on that side.
Are you interested in repairing Ward 8?
Paper towel.
I'm interested in repairing Ward 8. I would like for Ward 8 to, now that it's no longer occupied by vagrants and hoodlums, now that the Iron Cog seems to have been taken over and order seems to be being restored, I would like Ward 8 to be a part of the growing city of Syrinscape. I do have some presence, so to speak, in Ward 8. I have a small established base of operations near the cistern.
If you don't mind me asking, what is the ideal schema to you?
Schema was a shining beacon of technology and commerce and, let's just say, prosperity. There was a lot of opportunity for those like me and those in my line of work to operate and make a tidy profit and really expand our influence, so to speak. I have to admit, I have, in the past, before the Ward 8 debacle, I had a rather wide reach. I had caravans that would travel to Ryobis. I had caravans that would go down the Red Cliff Peaks and travel by boat to Mernuen. Even had a few that made their way to Cornwall. That is how I obtained some of those very drinks that you are enjoying, Mr. Diamond.
Yeah, I got great taste.
So I've heard. I had a very enterprising shipping business.
What does money mean to you?
Says a guy who doesn't care about money.
Money brings power.
Ooh.
And power means everything to me.
If you don't mind me asking, what are your thoughts on the cure of dust?
They're idealistic, but they lack the resources to do much. I think they would be if power was restored to Ward 8, they would have no reason to rebel or to seek a more ideal schema to build their own thing.
Would you be happy if power was restored to Ward 8?
Yeah. Things would begin to go back to the way they were. As I was just saying to your friend Mr. Caldere, I was in a very, me and my organization, we were in a very prime position of sorts in the city. We were the largest shipping business in the city.
The one that we were at their shop, that shipping company.
Miralar and Sons.
Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense.
So, as we were, again, going back around, now that I hope you understand, I'm being perfectly honest and upfront. And is there anything that you all seek? Is there anything I can help you with? Is there any...
Well, as a man of power and influence here, and a man who cares about Ward 8, I just want to understand why I haven't been able to send rain clouds over there, and they clearly need it.
There are certain things that, up until now, were a bit out of reach for me. The artificers ran the climatology bureau. My people were not allowed inside.
But you were allowed to guard
I've never
it.
been inside. Oh, I guard it of my own accord. I'm not sure they would even appreciate that I keep my eye on the building much. Though, it did help when some of the riots started.
Speaking for my people, we appreciated it.
So, is there anything that I can do for you?
In my head, I'm just going to say to you, I wonder what his thoughts are of the artificers in general. He seems to value power. And artificers seem to have a lot of power in the city.
Yeah. You mentioned the artificers.
It's a
Or a
hard
bit
word
of
to
a
Artistifers.
may have been I don't know if a problem is the right word for you, but they restricted some of your access to things.
I feel like reaches down, grabs the drink, and takes a little bit of a swig.
What's he drinking?
He's drinking a mushroom drink.
Eight mushrooms.
It has.
one?
You've seen a few now. You recognize it as the golden glow mushroom.
Okay,
So-
so he's got the popular
didn't
one.
eat it?
No, he's not
Oh.
eating it. He's sipping from it. He just takes like a small sip and then puts it back
He
down.
has a high tolerance.
Do they continue to be a problem for you, or? would
Oh,
you
the
say are they
Artificers and
friends?
I get along famously. There's no
Famously.
problem with them. So to
This-
speak, they
Yeah, I was gonna say, do I believe that?
make an insight check.
I'm just curious if he's saying it like I run a perfectly legal business, or if he's, yeah.
You might know my father, Mr. Sparkeye. If I was to ask him about you, what do you think he would say?
Oh, perhaps you can ask him. I honestly have never heard of Mr. Sparkeye, though I do know Mr. Halfstep and Miss Halfstep. They're both quite charming young individual.
Dirty 20 again.
He's being fun. He's being honest. He's not lying. He says he's saying the truth.
Well, it seems like we've been, a big help to you. Unexpectedly.
You have.
Well, speaking of rewards and such for other
I mean,
We
other
deserve
businesses.
a payment.
you still haven't told me what happened at the Climatology Bureau.
Well, as much as there isn't much else to add there. We dealt with the razor blades inside.
My spider
Do you-
found you all inside after the explosion happened, after the power went out, carrying a large glowing purple object. And there's nothing.
Well, that has been returned to the what's her name?
The artificer.
The
It
artificers.
really was nothing.
Yeah, so what was this object?
It was just whatever. We don't even know. It's just whatever was powering the. I believe it was powering the climatology building. It fell out, and we just felt like it was wrong to leave it in there.
Interesting.
The room began to flood as soon as the power source was destroyed or
And
tampered
how did
with.
the power horse get destroyed?
The razors rigged an explosive device?
Should have seen his hair.
Yes, this individual who was there, I believe my spider mentioned something about a Galaran fellow.
Are you familiar with them at all?
No, I can't say I am.
Picture Fabio and then like way more stupid.
Must admit, I've never met
that
a
one in my
Mr.
books.
Fabio, but. So, this individual was a member of the Silent Razors, rigged up an explosive, sent out a message, a broadcast to the rest of the city, claiming that he was looking for freedom, restoring proper working conditions and housing. I honestly didn't listen to the message. And then he wanted to blow up the spire. Something didn't add up to me, and I must admit, my original assumption was that something had occurred in the spire and in your encounter with him, and it collapsed by accident.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we should probably mosey.
Oh no, I mean, the evening is young.
Oh.
I still have much to discuss with you all.
That was good timing.
The message that the individual sent seemed to want to inspire a better schema. Fight for
Yes, he wanted to stoke the flames of revolution, so
Make
to speak.
schema great again.
and seems like there are several individuals who want a better
He was an orange fellow.
state for the city, yourself
With
included.
small hands.
Okay. I think the man Galaran you speak of was a very smart individual. His plan was very involved. It involved striking when me and the rest of my organization, as well as the majority of Ward 1, did not expect and could not respond.
Do you believe he coordinated the attacks on your organization?
Maybe. The Silent Razors were a little more than a nuisance before they got to Ward 8. They were a small street-level gang that operated here in Ward 3. We had many encounters, but with Ward 8 up and potentially a new up-and-coming ward, they decided to move their operations out and establish themselves in a new location. I haven't really interacted with them much since then, to be honest. They haven't appeared much in Ward 3. They tended to operate to themselves. There was a little bit of a tense situation in Ward 8 where they basically became the de facto judge, jury, and executioner. And I thus began to expand my own operations there to make sure that they were kept a little in check.
Well, those fuckers tried to kill us as soon as we stepped foot in the city. I don't understand why they were attacking us, but...
Well, I actually died.
Well,
No,
I'm glad
but-
you didn't.
Well, thanks to my friends here.
He looked like a pincushion.
No, those were the dusters.
Tomato, tomato.
There was a lot of people that
I
wanted.
died a few times.
Now, the
I
Cure
think.
of Dust, from what I hear, they're led by a group of ragtag adventurers of sorts, almost. A former group that used to call themselves the Cure of Dust and operate as a mercenary company. I believe, according to my spider, that you have also had interactions with them. I'd like to know what you think of them as well.
Well, I died. That wasn't a great starting.
Yes, but
Well,
you did
when-
spend a couple of days with them. What do you know of them? What do you know of their leadership? What are your opinions?
I think they're a good group of people. They're just looking to contribute to their city, but they need their city to contribute back to them.
They look famished. They needed rain.
Well, rain they got, briefly. I'm hoping that now that the Climatology Bureau is back up and running, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know whether there will be more rain clouds or not, but
But why didn't they send the rain clouds to Ward 8? It seemed very cruel.
you've been here in Ward 3, so you wouldn't notice. I wanted to know what you thought of the Cure of Dust, because I have had some rather grave news as of late.
Oh shit.
The rain cloud that was sent out, as it crossed the city, as it passed Ward 5 into Ward 8, towards the edge, it turned black as it reached the limits of the city, as it reached Freedom Hold, and a lightning rift formed within the walls of the city.
Oh no.
I don't think
What?
anybody has been to the edge of the city. I don't think anybody has been to Freedom Hold to examine the remnants.
That kid with the ball.
Is that cloud still there, Jeff?
No, it faded away.
Jeff was evil.
Yeah.
He
But
was a little
No,
shit.
Teddy
but
was evil.
Oh, Teddy was evil. Yeah.
Jeff was the little
he was
kid
a
in the
little
wall.
shit.
Yeah, he was a
Yeah.
I'm
little
not
shit.
sure what's left of Freedom Hold anymore.
So, you mean like red lightnings and everything?
Yes. Now, I'm assuming that the artificers knew that this would happen, which is why they didn't send any rain clouds in advance. Assuming the Silent Razors did not.
What about Linda?
What do you know about the lightning rifts and the red lightning storms?
They used to occur mostly outside the city. The first time that one has occurred on this side of the Rift and Ring. I believe that there's something that the artificers have built that keeps them at bay. I believe that thing is powered by the same thing that powers the rest of the city, and I believe when the power was off, that safety prevention was not there. I also believe that this purple artifact that you all were found with has something to do with it. I would like to learn more about it. I also know several experts in the field, as I have several contacts in Ward 2. When you need something new built, you go to Ward 1. When you need to learn about things and about secrets, you go to Ward 2. Now, this does seem to be something that you all are interested in. I have heard from my sources that you're working on a potential project of sorts, and I would like to help connect you to any people who would be able to help.
Do you know anybody at Ward 2 that is an expert on the rifts?
I do. You notice the man who came here before you?
Aye.
Mr. Salvier, you say?
His crow Rufus.
Rufus, yes. He
Tomato.
He's the maitre d', so to speak, for a very powerful individual who lives in Ward 2, a Lady Garnett, a nobleman of sorts, who bears a strikingly similar reference to your friend Mr. Arkmare here, similarly to Mr. Salvier. Now, there is a man who, you could say, a consort of sorts to Miss Lady Garnett. He goes by the name Constantine.
Constantine?
Constantine. Lord Constantine, he calls himself.
Lord Constantine.
From the brief conversations that I've had with him, he's formerly from Erexate, far to the southeast of here, Siltia, and he seems to be very much interested in the storms. I believe the storms are what brought him here in the first place. Now, if you would like, I can establish some sort of that gala that I was invited to. If you wish to join, I can arrange for that, of course, and you can possibly even attend in my stead as my envoy of sorts at Lady Garnett's birthday gala, or I believe she's calling it a birthday soiree of sorts at the Jeweled Cabaret.
We have to go, you guys. It's a soiree. What does one wear to this soiree?
I believe you're dressed fine for here, but I do believe that the Jeweled Cabaret is a little bit more of a loose. Almost.
I've heard of it.
So we have to be sexy, and I look down at my dress. Why are my birds moving?
Oh,
Why
there's
aren't
a little bit of a.
So they were dead.
No, why aren't my birds moving?
How are they alive?
How are they living?
There-
They were always dead.
There's a little bit of a dampening seal placed upon this chamber for magical
I
effects.
touch
of
one by
sorts.
the neck, just like playing
It's
with the
still
little
alive. It's just
limping
it's
head.
not flying. It's just like sitting there, it's like moving its heads around, like chirping.
Hey, don't do. Hey.
I don't know how to be sexy.
To be sexy?
You don't have to be, but the general Miss Lyra Lovelace would not be a good fit at this venue. If you
Maybe we can get like fingerless gloves.
I'm already wearing
walking
pretty
on
short shorts.
That's.
I could cut them down further.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
Okay.
It's also a masquerade ball of sorts.
You're already. You're all set.
I'm wearing 3 things. My goggles, the monocle.
It is also in several weeks, so
Oh.
Several weeks.
We have time to plan.
if you do wish to attend, I can
Yes.
arrange for invitations to be secured for you all. It would be a good opportunity to interact with some of the arcanists of the city. Ward 2 is, as I mentioned before, Ward 1 is... Everything in Ward 1 is things that are learned through studying relatively public things. Ward 2 is where the darkness of the city looms in many ways. He looks back at you pointedly, Artmire.
Forgive me for... Or I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but we've just met. You've been very open with us, which I appreciate.
I have nothing to hide.
There, but there's still part of me that questions. What is it that you're looking to get from us? You know, this meeting can't be for nothing.
Have you ever walked into a shop, a museum, a place with fancy things set up on fancy shelves and on display?
What are you doing?
Have you ever wanted to just knock them all over? You see, the way I'm envisioning it, I will point you all in the right direction. You will go and you will knock things over. And then somebody's going to need to go in and put things right.
Are you the one
That's
that
happened several times already, and I've reaped the benefits of it, so to speak. My power has grown
He's over 9,000.
exponentially since you all began operating in this city.
And what has happened to those who have helped? To
They've
knock
been
things over?
graciously rewarded.
So, are you saying that we kind of go fuck shit up, and then you send people out to fix that stuff, and then you look like the good guy?
That's what happened at the Climatology Bureau.
Okay, just want to make sure we're on the same page.
So, let's continue this chat in a moment. I would like to bring my spider in as well and see what she has to say. Drew, the door opens and she walks in. He looks at her. Geraldo walks up, cracks his whip through, immediately turns around and tries to bolt out the door. He smacks the whip forward. You all are watching this.
Can I react?
You can.
Also, his name
if you want to.
Geraldo or Gerald?
Or Gerald.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, sorry, I got in this up with Geraldo.
His real name?
Gerald.
What's
Gerald.
happening?
Yeah, sorry.
Man.
He's making an attack with the electrosteel whip or taser.
How close is
taser
he?
gun that he has.
Against who? Who is he whipping?
At Drew, who's walked in.
There's a dampening field, though.
How close is he?
Probably about 10 feet from you. 5-10 feet.
What? Why is he doing this?
Can I throw my...
I'm just gonna get up and try and grab it, wrap it around my arm, my electrosteel arm.
I'm throwing my dagger at the whip.
At the whip.
Yeah.
Well, make initiative rolls.
I'm like,
Why did he do
shit.
this?
I don't know.
Isn't he the guard for the boss?
Yeah, but
He's
he
attacking
obviously
Drew.
knows
Yeah.
something about Drew, and he's gonna kill her or punish her.
This is just something
Maybe he
weird.
was doing something. Make an initiative roll.
Definitely not good.
I'll roll, but I don't know if there's
Ooh, not 20, 24.
Ooh.
Oh, damn. 11.
You
So
get to go before him. Make your roll. What are you doing? You're trying to attack.
Oh man. Okay, then I'm running up to him.
Mhm.
Oh man, scary bear. And I am So we're in battle?
We're in initiative.
It's initiative. You're the first to react. You all are kind of taken aback as the door opened and Drew walked in. And Gerald kind of walked over, picked up this whip in his hand at the order of Ezekiel Miralar. And you're reacting. What are you doing?
Would it be... I don't think this would work in this case. Could I use sleight of hand to take that whip out of his...
You'd have to run over to him and then try to disarm him.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be something really quickly that you could do.
Okay.
He's in the process of attacking. So
Then
we're having
I'm
basically
getting
reactions.
as close as I can, and then I am just throwing my dagger at... It's gonna be hard, but at his whip, essentially, with the hopes of trying to cut it. Is it electrosteel or is it a rope?
It is, so as you can see now, it's like an electrosteel chain. It's got 3 different, it's like a cat of nine tails whip. It's got 3 different electrosteel, balls of sorts of barbed wire almost at the edge.
Or maybe instead, can I whip out one of those spare cloaks that I have? Just toss it onto the whip. As hope of
You want to?
I'm gonna just throw that on with the hopes of getting that caught in his whip.
Make an attack roll.
It's just a type of weapon.
That's a thing?
Yeah.
Do I have any modifier on this
I
attack?
thought it was a magic card.
Is there any kind of modifier on the attack roll with this?
Just
Nat 20.
So you throw one of your cloaks that you are carrying in front of Drew, and as Gerald goes next, his whip catches in the cloak. He pulls it back, and it the barbed wires, the electrosteel barbs, kind of dig into the cloak, ripping a shard through it. Sparks fly off from where it cut into it. But it gives Drew enough of an opportunity to slam open the door and bolt out. What are the rest of you doing? Who rolled initiative?
I did. I rolled a 9.
I rolled 7.
11.
Yeah, I'll
It's
just...
Fired.
If he's already swung, then I'll
minus
just try and
1.
position myself between him and wherever.
Minus
Ezekiel was just sitting back
Yeah.
down at
Yeah.
the couch.
Yeah, I'll just get in front of him and just, whoa, everybody just calm down. And I'll just stand in front of him with my shield in one hand. Oh, I didn't bring my shield? Did I bring my shield?
Nope.
I mean, I didn't specify that, but I don't think I would have had it.
Going around the party with a shield.
Yeah, why not? It's a fun, cool, it's a cool rock thing. But yeah, I'll just stand in
on.
front of him and then have my arm just ready. Not casting anything, just there.
And I rolled initiative, but I just take a swig of my.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there, watching Ezekiel.
I have my hand on my wand. That's hidden, I don't know, somewhere in my dress.
Ezekiel kind of stands up and looks at you, Argument. No, why'd you go and do that for?
Why would you go and do that for?
We both know.
I don't know anything.
Gerald, close the door. Gerald snarls at you loudly. Rips the pieces of the cloth that are still stuck on his whip off. Pulls it off and then just walks over and closes the door. Well, I guess now there's another bounty out for you all to potentially collect. Though I have to admit, I didn't expect you all to do that. I thought you'd brought her here to... I thought you'd come over here to close that chapter of your life and move along.
Am I missing something?
What are
She
you
brought
talking
us here.
about?
Yes, she did. She was also responsible for several murders and was potentially looking to off you all, from what I gather.
What?
Or at least some of you. I have my sources.
And you didn't decide you didn't want to share that with us until now?
I was under the impression you all already knew.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, we had a scuffle with her a while back, and she did try to kill Larkmere.
But then she said she'd try really, really hard not to kill us again.
Miss Rubenbury is a member of a very secret, very powerful organization known as the Speechless. She and her group were the ones originally responsible for the murder of many of my associates. I knew that she was involved in it. I knew that she was looking for you all. And I was hoping that you would help me apprehend her and bring her to justice for attempted murder of you all. But I guess you had a little bit of a soft spot for her. Interesting. Did not expect that.
I don't
His
know.
demeanor seems to have changed.
Not me. Brr.
I don't think she had plenty of opportunity to kill us. I don't think she was out to kill us, with the exception of maybe Arkmere, but we got past that.
I'm
Yeah,
not
we're
gonna-
like, whatever. It's Arkmere.
I'm not gonna kill someone just out of nowhere, and I'm not gonna just let that happen in front of me without understanding why.
That's fair. But let it be known, she was trying to kill you. I have it under good authority that you, Mr. Arkmere, and you, Mr. the Big One, were on her target list.
Why?
I think you must be mistaken.
As was myself, as was Miss Lyra Lovelace, as was Mr. Fedo Cassander. The attack on whom you all foiled, potentially by her, though it seems like you dispatched of the figure that attacked. Perhaps I don't know everything, but what I do know, I know for certain. And I know for certain that it's because of you that she escaped and runs free.
Like I said, you had the option to share that with us. What happened, and I think we can only move forward from here.
And with all due respect, I know I've eaten a couple of these apple shrooms, but they are very delicious.
Yes, you should really not eat any more of those.
Duly noted, but I think you're mistaken. My name wasn't on any list.
Yeah, we saw the list that you speak of. Your name was.
Is Gerald still in the room?
Yes, Gerald is standing in front of the door.
Well, I could turn to Gerald, like, Gerald, if the same thing was asked against you, I would have done the same.
He like slams his whip into the ground a little.
Yeah.
In, like anger. Well, things took a bit of a turn for the worse. I think we can still salvage this. How about we continue where we were? And you tell me exactly what your experiences with Miss Drury were.
Well, since the climatology building,
Oh, before that.
that's,
I know you all encountered her first in Ward 7. She told me as such.
Aye, she snuck up on us and tried to attack us. I mean, she kind of cut off Arkmir's throat,
yep. Well,
and then
for
she escaped.
transparency, she attacked me for a piece of paper that we had found, one that seemingly had no text on it, but we felt like it had some sort of value, obviously, because she had come after us.
Yes, that piece of paper was planted by some of my folks. We discovered it with where the assailant on Mr. Fedo was tracked down to. We discovered it. We also discovered a journal indicating where a dead drop was to be made with the remainder of the mission in case anything ever happened to that person. And we made sure to recreate that situation, so to speak.
This is the note.
Mr. Fedo was quite helpful in that.
This is the note with the names
Yes.
listed. And you
We wanted to
get
track
that.
down who the dead drop was going to. And so we did. But we also knew all the names on this list as a result of it.
So did you put a hit on us plus yourself?
Technically. Technically.
I don't think your plan worked as expected then.
Clearly not. What happened? This dead drop that was left at the location, the savvy merchant, tradesman, one of the two. It seems you, by some stroke of coincidence, found it in your possession. And that was honestly the moment where I knew I had to meet you all. For I'm a big believer in fate and coincidences. When something like that happens, generally a good sign. I've learned to read the whims of fate, so to speak. You found this piece of paper. You were attacked for it, and then what happened?
But the piece of paper only had the 3 names that were not crossed, right? Kaltir, Arkmir?
Yeah, you're remembering right.
Oh no, it had more names than that. It had the 3 names that were crossed out. It had my name, it had Mr. Fedo Cassandra's name,
And Lyra Lovelace, that was it.
it also had the big one, and Arkmir.
We didn't know about the loose ends. That's the part that you guys cut off, so we only knew
Yeah,
about...
Lyra was left there.
Yeah. I left.
Wasn't she on the loose ends?
I
Yes,
know.
and
I
that
left
was left
that. I
there.
just cut our 2 names off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he kind of ripped off the part that had the
Just their names.
Yeah.
Okay.
that we're just finding out.
Yeah. I haven't shared that we identified. But you're saying now that we've seen these names.
Right? Like there was were your name and your name on that list too?
Apparently.
Regardless, those names were on the list, and the list was delivered to the spot where it was supposed to be delivered to, albeit not by the person who was supposed to be doing the delivery.
So you wrote the names on the list?
I did not.
But
We
why?
found a list. We tracked down the place where this individual who had perpetrated the attack on Mr. Cassandra had been staying. We found some evidence, a journal of sorts, potentially more people that had been based out of the same location. We flushed it clean and we found this list as well as instructions on where to leave the dead drop. So we decided to do it and follow through with the trails that came from it. For a long time, I thought that you all were the intended recipients of the dead drop. It was only when Miss Rubenry appeared and I began to piece together some of the pieces of her arrival in the city, her actions throughout, her encounters with you, that I realized that perhaps it was her all along. I assumed that she had wanted to off me eventually, and that's why I kept her close, because you keep your enemies closer than your friends.
Sorry, just player time. Did you mention if Fedo's name was on the list?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. You know of Big One and I through Fedo.
Yes.
Us helping to save him.
Yes.
Yet you also thought that we would be the ones to go and off him.
No, I did not. I originally did, but that was until I hired Miss Rubenry. And until I got a chance to meet with Mr. Cassandra. He was quite spooked after what happened and laid low for a week or two. Now, don't get me wrong, I have been more than frank with you all, and you all have told me a fair modicum of truths and a fair few secrets you're keeping close to your chest. And it seems like even amongst yourselves, so to speak. I think I'm going to take a walk. I'll leave you here with Gerald if you wish to talk. I'm going to go mingle downstairs. Gerald will be outside if you wish to speak amongst yourselves and discuss any potential opportunities that you wish to work with me on, any business proposals that we might have. Then I'm going to come back after I speak with a few of my associates, and I will let you leave.
Can I read his demeanor? Like, is he developing hostility towards us, or
What can you, as the player, tell from what I'm trying to act out, I guess? That's his behavior.
Okay.
As he picks up and walks out the door, closing the door, he lets Gerald out. Gerald closes the door
Sorry.
and almost leans on it. You hear a heavy thud, leaving you all alone in the office of Ezekiel Miralar, the boss of the Govindalas. Good spot to take a break.
Yeah.
We'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then we all die.
All right. Back soon.
And welcome back. So, in the VIP room, of the Mushroom Lounge, the smooth jazz music kind of died down over the past maybe almost a solid half an hour that you've been chatting with Mr. Ezekiel Miralar. You all find yourself alone.
Did you say there was a mirrored wall or something?
There's a glass wall on the opposite side, and as you walk over and you look out over it, you can make out the balcony below, and below that, the stage. A pretty nice view.
So
from
it
here
is.
of the-
It's looking inside the lounge.
Yes.
This is like
Got it.
Boardwalk Empire. I don't know if you guys ever watched that, but like the Nucky Thompson's room, overseeing the cabaret.
Are they strippers?
No, that's the Jewel Cabaret.
Completely different. We're going there though.
What? Kaltir Arkmir, what's he talking about? Your names being on the list. Tell me the truth.
It wasn't Calvin.
Yep.
Arkmir the big one.
Nobody's asking them because they had the list.
Honestly, I don't know how much time we have before he comes back, and I'm not sure we want to sit here discussing this right now. In your head, you hear, I'm not sure what you were reading there, but there's a very good chance that he's going to come back and demand, well, effectively trying to give us an offer we can't refuse.
Yeah, it sounds like we're not getting out of here without signing up for something we didn't ask for. An offer up. The bounties are... It's not something we have to commit to, but it's something we can keep an open mind to. But I do feel like he has some underlying motive that may become clear once he's back.
And if it's our lives or Drew's, what are your thoughts?
Are you doing that out loud or?
It depended on if he just said that out loud or in my head.
That was in the head.
Then
Well,
in
the rest of you.
Diamond
They're
is
not
just
replying.
looking, waiting for an answer. Like,
I've just been staring at you while talking to him in my head. I don't know if you consider that out of the normal or not, but I just I'm staring at you.
You guys must be thinking real hard.
Wait, so I just replied to you. What was your thing?
if you guys were lying to us about the list of names.
Sorry, what did we tell you about the list names?
Well, the list had 3 names that were uncrossed. It was Ezekiel's, it was Lyra, and it was Fedo's. He was saying that you and the big one were also on the list.
Honestly, it's what's done is done. The list doesn't matter anymore, and the big one and I are safe.
But you were on the list.
Could be. I'm listening to what Miralar said. What he knows, I know.
How do you know we're safe?
Well, it sounds like he mentioned several names there, and that apparently Drew was the. Well, we
Do
already
I
know.
believe him?
Drew was supposed to have the list.
That's up to you.
Everything's
I mean, that's
I
up
haven't
to
said
you
a
as a
lie.
player. Like,
everything that Drewben,
John Bon Jovi.
she's been open with us. She's told us that this list she's supposed to use to, take out a couple of people. She didn't come after us when she had a chance. I think we're safe.
That's not my point. My point is, I'm not sure I believe you right now that you're not hiding stuff from us.
Does it change anything if I said if I knew we were on the list or not? What?
We are a group. We are supposed to trust each other. If you start to withhold this kind of information, it's pretty important. Because if I know that one of us is on a hit list, my guards would probably be up and not down.
We're safe, aren't we?
Are you lying to me?
We're safe? As far as I know.
Big one.
Hmm.
Did you know you were on the list?
No, I had no idea I was on the list.
I think we can talk about this later. I'm not saying that we don't. We can ignore this. No, we can talk about it later, and for now I think we need to focus on Miralar. I'm just gonna Calthair, like, in mind. Calthair, do you have an idea of what we should do here?
Not really. We're at a little bit of a disadvantage here. Pretty much in a barricaded room, waiting for Miralar to return, and whatever whim he decides to enact. The question is just how we want to play this. And at that point, I'm gonna stop talking in my head and just say to the group, honestly, I'm not sure what the next few minutes are gonna be like here. Ezekiel's a little bit hard to read in certain places, very obvious in others. He's a businessman, and we potentially interfered with his business by at least stopping a execution in front of us, interfering with it and allowing Drew to move. There's a very good chance that he is going to make a move against us, whether that's try to get him under his finger and control us, knock down pieces, as he said, in the rest of the city, or take our lives, or take people that we know. He knows the name of your father now.
He seems to know a lot of people in Ward 1.
He has a lot of influence and a lot of eyes across the city. I'm not sure what people want to do now, but whatever we do in the next few moments is potentially going to have a large impact on what happens right after that.
I don't think we have a choice.
There's always a choice, Les.
I mean,
They're not always easy.
it's either we agree to his terms or we go out fighting. I think we're outnumbered.
We haven't done anything to aggravate him. I mean, other than what Archmir just did.
Well, one thing he doesn't know about,
Maybe we shouldn't.
and yeah, I can say it to Calthair. One thing he doesn't know about is Galarin and his state. He thinks, as far as anyone else is aware, they don't know that Galarin is dead. That could be we could suggest that as a way to help him.
But you were all carrying Galran's corpse when Drew found you all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I think he did mention that. Like,
He comes back and like, we'll find
Spider
Galarin
told
for
him.
you.
Spider told him that we found that guy, or that we had that guy. And he was the one doing it. So
Had the events mixed up there.
yeah, he knows.
We had to go up, open the secret wall, and then we went down.
Yeah, and she was there before the
Yeah,
secret door.
true. She'll let you die.
Well, I for once wouldn't mind going see that person he talked about in War 2. Get a little more information about the storms.
Hezrick? No, that's someone else. That's what
Lord
we're gonna look
Constantine.
at. Yeah. We can help him find Hezrick. They may or not. They may have or may have not played a big role in the climatology building. I have no attachment to that person. If that helps us get out here, then so be it.
I'm just gonna I don't know if there's something on that. Well, there's probably glasses or mugs or something on the table, right?
Yeah, there's some jars or empty bottles.
I just pick it up and I try to light it up.
It lights up, but the light is dimmer than you're used to.
Okay. Turn it off. I put it back down.
Awake in the
Can we
silence.
actually? I walk up to the window and I look out. Can I see Ezekiel out on the floor somewhere?
You do not from where you're standing.
Okay.
You can look out onto the balcony and the stage down below.
Oh, but it cuts off, so I can't.
Yeah.
Got it.
You can't see the lower, the ground level almost at all.
Gotcha.
You can see that the crowd on the second floor is thinned a little. There's still a few people wandering about, but it's starting to get a bit late.
Gotcha.
Are there any other doors in this room, or is it just that one?
Make an investigation check.
Oh, shoot.
Trapdoors in the ceiling.
Can I assist in that?
Sure.
Not great.
I'm gonna do my own roll because I have
Yeah.
advantage.
Oh wait. So that's 18.
24.
You do find in the middle of the room, behind the couches, there's actually a stone pillar that reaches up to the ceiling. It's oddly placed. It's in the very middle of the chamber itself. You start to look around it. You look around kind of some of the torches or lights that are dangling from it. You can tell that one of these is a lever of sorts, and as you pull it, one of the walls behind where the Gerald had originally come in and stood on the right side, just you hear a click.
Pops open.
You just hear a click.
It can be very dangerous how we play this.
Exactly. It appears I found a door.
Arkmare, in your investigation, you decided, you're gonna go check out the desk and the chair and see where the boss was sitting. If there's any potentially some sort of means of escape or something from there. You find that all the drawers are locked, but under the table, there is a button under the table. You don't know what that button does.
God damn it.
Panic there.
It's gonna
It's like a trapdoor that
Yeah.
somebody standing in front of his desk just falls down into.
Probably. Oh man. Okay. Also, is it unreasonable for me to try and pick the lock here?
There are no lock holes. They just don't move.
Oh, there's
The
no.
drawers just don't move.
I will.
There's nothing to pick.
I'll press the button.
And the couch the big one's sitting on.
As you press the button, all of a sudden, you hear almost a sort of another similar click, but almost a sliding coming from behind you, behind the desk. The wall that's behind the desk almost just slides open, and behind it there's a little ladder that just goes. You also notice that outside, on the floor, the lights that are pointing down at the stage go off. And the rest of the lights in the entire room down below in the balcony go off
Right at the same time.
as soon as he presses the button.
Oh, it's the emergency escape button.
Oh man.
What are you doing?
I'm just looking at Simon
I'm like,
I think they might.
and what happens if I press the button again?
Try it. Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
I tried the door. I want to see if we locked ourselves in. I tried the door where big bugbears on the other side.
As you try and pull the door open, or hold the door.
Just like if it does open, I'm just
The door
a bit open.
gets slammed in,
Oh God.
and Gerald looks in towards you all. It's a bit late to start combat, but let's roll initiative. Fuck it.
Oh no.
23.
Was it locked from the outside?
Oh, you guys brought. I think you like as you got to the door, it like.
Like I didn't
Slammed you.
fuck it up, did
Oh, we
I?
have multiple doors.
Remember, we
Did
only
I-
have 30 minutes.
Did I just let him in?
Let him in.
Thanks, man.
We weren't. He wasn't locked out.
That's what. Well,
Yeah, they
wasn't
had.
he?
No, he
No.
would. I'm guessing as soon as he hit that and that turned off,
Yeah.
the dude was like, "I'm barging in." You
Yeah,
just
he's
got to the
like,
door right as he barged
Okay,
in.
because I was worried. I thought. Anyway, never mind.
I really didn't have a lot of the pieces that I wanted to put on this, but this is fine. It'll do.
That'll do, donkey.
So I guess.
Oh God. So this was.
I got it. You're gonna have to probably move your.
No.
It's on something. What's it on?
Oh
Yeah,
man.
it's like right around. I think the spot that we have it in. No.
Figure out just a sec.
We're gonna make this pretty quick.
Oh, so am
I'm
I
gonna
up
make
in
this
the-
quick.
I'm in
You're
that
all down.
chair,
There.
and behind it, there's a wall that has the ladder.
Copter, you're over there. Yeah, behind this wall. That wall has split
So
open.
I hit something by the pillar.
Yes, you did. Those
Okay.
like pieces are just couches.
Yeah.
I don't have actual couches.
Which side would it have been
It
on?
would have been on this side,
No.
near the wall.
So
And
I
this
won't-
wall would have been the one that opened.
Where's the couches?
Here.
It's random.
I remember just like
I was,
Everybody run!
I was thinking and being sad, and then you guys just sprung combat on us.
And the window is
that
down
that
here?
entire wall was glass.
Got it. Yes, I would have been on the couch here
I'm
somewhere.
currently smushed against the wall on the other side of the door.
Yeah, you're right beside the door.
This just looks funny
Must
from
have-
our perspective. Taking a photo of this like part of the table.
Put you on the table. You just jumped up on the desk.
What were your initiative rolls? 22.
23.
23. Ooh, nice.
19 plus 4.
15 to 20. 10 to 15. 5 to 10.
7.
Oh my goodness.
5.
This is like a
Five.
reversal
You're
today.
first.
Yeah. I'm having the roles of my life.
Who has higher dexterity than you?
I do. Second tie, night.
Yeah, what the heck?
Oh, you guys have tied?
And I rolled
Again,
a 0.
yeah.
Because I had 3 minus 3.
Amazing.
What about Doug?
Dog is shares my initiative. Yeah.
Arkmer, you're the first to react as the door slams open. Gerald in his big electro-steel armor walks in.
I throw another
Astrid
spell
is
cloak.
falls to the side.
Get cloaked on.
Like snarling.
Him
Like
hitting the
pieces,
door
like
against.
globs of spit coming out of his mouth.
Does that count as an attack? Like, do I get a
No.
reaction against that? Okay, okay.
You would, if anything, got pushed back. Because, like,
I'm a pancake against
he's
the
like
wall.
4 feet taller than you.
Wait, so
What are you doing,
are you
Arkman?
right beside him, or are you? No, you're not right beside him.
I'm like behind the door,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
I'm in the corner.
Oh man, I guess I will throw some daggers at him.
Alright, roll that.
This is where it's all gonna fall apart. 22.
That definitely hits.
And then 6 plus 4. 10 damage.
Alright, alright. Are you throwing a psychic dagger or a regular dagger?
That's a psychic dagger.
Okay.
Yeah.
You pull this purple dagger out, throw it, and sinks into him, like snarls at you loudly. Is there
And
anything
then
else you're doing?
I will follow up with the offhand here.
Mhm.
Let's roll the hit. Ooh. That is 13 to hit.
That misses.
Yeah.
It bounces off of the electro-steel armor.
Do we need two?
If I'm like like a space away from the ladder.
We just see
You
this.
stand.
Oh, okay.
You stand.
That's fine. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do anyway. I didn't realize that's where we were at. I deliberately sat down because I was like, oh, the camera's probably set up for sitting.
It was like at your nose.
That's perfect. Yeah.
With my movement,
Yes.
can I see like how high this ladder is, or whatever? Like,
As you look up, it goes on for a little bit. As you look around it, it also goes down on the other side. There's like a little opening on the opposite side from where you are. If you like climb through around it, and there is enough room in here to like
opening
go
is
around the
around here?
ladder.
Yeah, it's
You could
behind
potentially go down it there as well.
so there's a way up to presumably the roof, and then there's a way down.
Way up and way down.
Oh god. Okay.
All buildings have helicopter pads at the top. So
Yeah.
there's definitely not a helicopter up there.
Gotta get to the chopper.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Now,
So,
it's now Gerald's turn. He looks back at you. He doesn't see Astra because you're behind the door. He sees you, Caitlyn, right in front, but he looks up to the table and sees you, Arkmere, fiddling around over there.
oh shit.
I don't think he has enough movement to get up there.
That's right.
No, he definitely does.
Oh
Aw.
shit. It was good knowing you guys.
That's not a bugbear, by the way.
He like comes up to you, takes
like
the whip, and
werewolf
he's already
thing.
angry at you and snarling at you, and whips down at you.
Also,
With a
bugbears are nuts.
flail.
Yeah.
So, the first attack is that's a D12. What can I do?
Yeah.
Fuck, that's a natural one.
He hits
You're
himself.
within 30 feet of me.
Of you?
Yeah.
I'm just like dancing in front of him.
No, just outside.
Nah, just out.
Just out.
The second one is a
You rolled
25 to
that
hit.
one anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
that one
Sure.
hit.
What do you hit you with?
25.
25 per hit.
That
Can I
is
use
8
my-
points of.
I'm using my uncanny dodge here.
Okay, 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Half those 4.
Plus.
Wait.
Plus 400 damage of.
Does uncanny have the 12?
It'll have that one too.
Okay.
Yeah.
As the second
It's
like part of the
whips.
flail connects with you,
Shot.
it sends a pulse
Yeah.
shocking through your entire body. You take 15 points of electric damage,
Oh my god.
lightning damage.
So 15 plus 8. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have
23.
both of them.
Yeah. 7.
So the 8
No,
gets half to 4,
sorry.
the 15 gets half to 7.
Oh, it's rounded down?
Yep.
So 11. So.
Yeah, 11.
Third attack,
Oh, there's a third one.
Why does he get so many?
14 hit.
No.
So the 3 like things at the end of his whip, only one of them connects, and as it like digs into you, he sends this pulse shocking through you. You like recoil a little, feel like you just got tased.
Go on with that one.
I mean,
Out there.
some of us are without armor too, right?
Yes.
So
Tell me.
I remove my chainmail out of my.
Yeah,
I'm still
actually
worried
gotta
about
like
Luger.
unequip my. Technically, I should unequip these things. My AC goes way down.
Yeah.
That's what mine is normally.
Talk about mine.
Okay,
Mine's
so
really low too.
I just saw him run up there and try
doing
to
well still.
whip the shit out of
not
Arkmere. I also totally wasn't.
Because of
I
my
don't know why I was
natural
thinking
height,
about
I get
next.
14, so it's actually not bad.
That's not bad, man.
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah.
That's
Also not
because
that
you already
bad.
attacked.
Some casters that are like tiny fucking have like an 11 or 10.
Hey, you know what? Had enough of your sass.
What is yours?
11.
Okay.
It used to be 10
Figured.
until I got my little corset.
The only thing I did to dress up was put on a top hat and change the color of my
man.
clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
I'm wearing shorts.
I stripped.
Pleated shorts, though.
No purple,
First
please.
time
Oh, purple.
I'm
pleated.
going
I
to.
literally stripped.
So normally I would do this with my weapon, but I don't have it. So you start to see the. So actually, this time though, you actually start to see it emanate from the necklace that normally you can't see because it's like under my armor. But you start to see it kind of like pulse, and then the kind of like dark, not smoke, but dark kind of like energy around it pulse out and emanate around. And I'm gonna come around to this side over here. And I will hold the necklace for a second, and then I'll kind of like slam the ground, and I'll billow out the Twilight Sanctuary from myself.
Temporary.
Yeah, so that I'm now. You're all within it.
He doesn't get them, right?
No.
Okay, good. Okay. Me too.
So I will use
Probably not,
that, and then so that's my action. I believe
just
that's
on the
The
edge.
song is like
as an action. Yep.
Super Nintendo.
So let me. I'll roll that. Well, I'll roll it in a sec. Then I'm gonna use. I'm gonna try this, and we'll see what happens. I'm gonna try to use a bonus action to cast Healing Word on Arkmir.
Alright.
Does it take effect?
It takes effect. For your dice, roll twice, pick the lowest.
Disadvantage.
Oh, I
On the
have.
heal
I
value.
like because it's not an attack, but I roll.
Yes.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Oh lordy.
2 4s. So I still
You still
give-
get your max healing.
I get the max on it, so you heal 8.
Yay.
Um,
Oh, that helps a lot.
And I just kind of, I kind of just yell like, "Hold in there," and that'll. I notice when I'm casting it that like something tried, like that the dampening thing tried to, but it like pushed through it.
Yeah.
And then I will roll. Now, question:
Yes.
does my channel divinity
No,
get
your channel
affected?
divinity doesn't.
Okay,
It's not technically a spell.
it is not a spell. Oh, I rolled a 6.
Nice.
So I get 11 temporary hit points.
Me too.
Well, when it's your turn. And I'm probably I'm good staying there. Yeah.
Okay. Timon, it's your turn. Astra, you're on deck.
Me?
Yes.
I rolled a 5.
That's it.
Yep. Everybody rolled the same
everyone
roll.
in the room.
I rolled a 0, so you beat me.
Oh shit! So I have 25 movement speed, so I don't think I can get to him. Can I?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, like right to the base here.
Yeah, you get right where Mike pointed. Right at the edge of the couch.
All right. So I will move there.
Throw a couch at him.
Or a chair.
I mean, it would be a
Then we
heavy
can sing our
strength
song.
couch, but
If there's
it's a very big couch.
There's a chair.
Okay.
A very big couch. I don't think you'd be able to
I'm
do
also
that.
sitting on said couch.
Yes.
Yeah, it's true.
The big one is extra heavy.
He hasn't gone yet, so he's still there. He just looked over his shoulder. What's up?
Okay, so I'm gonna move all the way there, and
What happened?
It's all over.
and then I'm going to yell at Gerald, say, "Wait! Why are you attacking us? Wait!"
He just looks at you. It's barking,
Dog's got
howling at you.
fucking rabies.
Like spit flecks flying everywhere. Astra?
Fuck. Has anybody done damage to him?
Yes.
Arthur did.
You have attacked him? Alright, I'm gonna hit him with Witch Bolt.
Sorry.
Roll it.
For my action, I dash and I get right next to him.
Okay.
That's it.
Sidearms.
17?
Yep.
Yes!
That is. For your spell, roll twice, take the lower number for the damage. So for the damage,
The
when
attack
you roll
hits, but the damage should
the
be
attack hits.
disadvantage damage.
Why?
This whole room's
The damage.
dampened.
Don't ruin it,
Damn
David.
it.
You notice
Okay.
that as you cast like the bolt, even though it connects, like the beam is a lot thinner and frailer than it normally is.
Aw, man. Okay. Is this a d12? No, this one. And this one. Plus another one.
Another one.
Oh god, okay. No, I'm not gonna roll it. So 13 plus 3, so 16 divided by 2 is.
No, you
It's
don't
not divided by
divide
two.
by 2. You roll twice and you take the lower.
Oh, so 16 or.
Or.
Wait a minute. Not that one. I see.
Much lower.
3 plus. Fucking shit. 8.
Okay.
Oh,
So half. It worked out to half.
yeah.
Yeah.
The lightning bolt does connect, or it's not a lightning bolt, it's like a nebula or something, isn't
Sure
it?
is.
Sure is.
One last thing that I
Yes.
forgot with my bonus action, I
Because
just
it's going
pull my shield and the
Do we have this?
ceremonial dagger that I
Yeah, the fancy one.
Yep. Sounds good. Sure. What are you doing? Oh wait, that was her. Right.
Oh wait, sorry. I would have had to have moved first and before I did it to reach
Okay.
him.
Big one. It's your turn.
Uh,
You're on deck.
Yeah, so sitting there,
Heck
freaking out why my name's on the list and getting very sad while also sobering up. I stand up and turn around and notice that there's this giant wolf man attacking Arkmir, and I will extend my hand and you'll see the fingertips all light up glowing red hot, and I'm going to target his armor and cast heat metal.
In my backpack.
So it just hits.
He's hiding.
Because it's choose a manufactured metal object such as a metal weapon or a suit of armor that you can see within range. You cause the object to glow red hot. Any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 fire damage when you cast it, and then I can use a bonus action on each subsequent turns to cause this damage again. If a creature is holding or wearing the object and takes the damage from it, the creature must succeed a Constitution saving throw or drop the object if they can. If they don't, they have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until my turn.
As a novel.
So roll the damage.
You cast
Then
that
again,
on
roll
the
twice.
armor or on the
Goku doesn't.
on his weapon?
Okay, that's 16.
The armor.
The first one. Oh my god. Oh, 15. I rolled 8, 8, 8, 7.
Nice.
So 15 damage is the lower one.
Nice.
Okay. His armor is
That.
heated, and you can tell that it's like burning him and making him just uncomfortable.
Yeah. And then I will just stay where I am, I think, for now, just behind the couch, and I'll whistle, and you'll see. And I'll go this side, and I'll bite his tail.
Bite him on the butt.
I can't even remember what.
Is it
But
accessible
it
though?
is
That's the
accessible.
question.
Force empowered rend.
Yeah, I just don't remember what
Yes,
is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
+4 to hit. Okay. Natural 20
Wow.
for
Damn.
the
Nice.
the
But
little
is
one, and
accessible.
Do you
then
think if we can kill this guy before Ezekiel
1d8
gets back, we can
plus
convince
2.
him that he just tripped and fell?
So
and
we're
that
rolling
happened?
He
twice.
set it off.
Oh,
Yeah.
We're
He's
rolling
like
twice, correct?
his
For,
head hit the corner of the
20s.
desk.
Yes,
Or
but
he went in
also
and he
since
was like,
the little one is a magical
"Guys, we can
construct, he
turn on
has the
Ezekiel.
magical dampening
We
field
can
affecting
turn
him.
together.
But
We're
he'll
like,
be
no,
doing,
Ezekiel,
like,
Even for bite?
he is a magical construct. Everything about him is magical.
Okay. Okay. So
So roll twice for the spread, and then roll twice again, and take the lower of the two rolls.
9 is the lower one. But that's +2, so 11
Like,
damage
is
total.
in your backpack.
Right. So
And
you can see that, like, as the little one's running up, he's like a little sluggish as
Yeah.
well. Just like,
yeah. Yep, and that's it for my turn.
all right, Arkmir, your turn.
Oh shit.
Don't touch his chest plate.
Don't
It's-
touch it.
You
Yeah.
can see
It's
the
a
armor
glowing
that he's
red
wearing is
hot.
glowing red hot,
Yeah.
making him like
It's like melting.
visibly just uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I can still,
Oh.
I can still attack him in other places.
On all
Oh yeah,
three
yeah.
of
You
your
just don't
attacks,
like hold
You
it.
got 11 temporary hit points.
Holy shit.
Me too.
It's very sweet.
Go for his wiener.
What if he doesn't have one?
Go for his Ken doll area.
That was one of very few level 2 spells I can do.
Alright.
Officers aren't that OP when it comes to spells.
You're a half cast.
But I made it count. I literally rolled 15 and 16.
That
Damn.
was nice. That was a good roll.
I'm gonna attack with why am I forgetting his name? Sneak attack. There we go.
Snack attack.
Yes.
Very
Because-
snack
Yes,
attack.
you do have sneak attack.
Uh, 16.
Just hits.
DC
Ooh,
16.
DC
Probably
16.
16.
Write that down in case we have to end this session. I'll write it down.
So this one.
What's his name?
yeah, I
Horatio
roll-
Kane?
Geraldo.
Gerald.
Yeah.
You can do an
I
extra
imagine
3d6 damage.
It's because he said Geraldo at some
Yeah.
point.
Fuck him up, then.
Oh, I wonder if I've been doing this wrong then. See, I think I've only been roll. I'll see. So I gotta do an extra 3d6 in addition to damage. So that's 6. 9. 11. And 15 plus 4, 19 damage.
Nice.
How do you
Just
want
drive
to
a
do
psychic dagger into his head.
You drive the dagger into him and he's
You're like,
yelping
"Huh?"
in pain. He's definitely not comfortable.
That'll
Then
do it.
I am going to follow it up with my offhand attack.
I think he's doing that like dog thing. It's like
Oh, don't. I'm gonna stop my rituals if you do that.
The little one does that every time he takes damage.
My second attack misses.
but it's like really robotic sounding.
yeah. Yeah, he's powering down.
And now he's gonna attack again.
Now it's his turn. He does have disadvantage on the attacks because of heat metal,
It's true.
but he is also going to direct all three of the chains. He's going to start first with one of them at Arkmir.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Oh.
Timon, where are you actually?
He's on him, but he can't like.
Right next to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right next to him.
He is there, but the mini won't like exactly stay. Actually, we can probably.
Oh, I
just
thought
shift
he
him
was
a
just-
little
That's
drunk.
fine. That's fine.
He's just passed out on the
Face
stairs.
down on the stairs.
I'm coming.
Simon was just trying to like say, hey,
Okay,
let's.
I'm going to do this because it's funny.
Thank you.
He's attacking Arkmir with the flail.
That is
First
funny.
attack.
You know what? Really funny.
Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
Even disadvantage? Holy shit.
It's plus modifier.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
You take.
Oh wait, but before he attacks, he's got to roll to see if he fails the Constitution. If he does, he has to try and take the armor off. Right?
No, he drops
Only
it
if he chooses
can.
to do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
he's
so
taking
you're
the
choo-
disadvantage
Oh, I
instead.
gotcha. Yeah.
Oh.
Is that a spell to get people to take their clothes off?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds like it.
Like it?
You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's how I make
Okay.
it
and then
sexy.
I would like you to make a wisdom saving
for the what's it called again?
The
As
soiree.
one of the as one
Well,
of the
yes, but
codes,
it's-
like
The
a different
jewel-
one
Yeah.
from the one that hit you before.
Cabaret.
Jewel Cabaret.
That's not what it's called. Oh, it is the jeweled cabaret.
Yeah.
No modifier. I guess it doesn't matter.
I don't have a modifier in wisdom.
Oh.
I completely failed that one.
As the taser gun connects, you almost feel like
I take 8 damage then.
a pulse through your mind.
He sees it.
Everything you see just turns to red, and you turn around, and you see all of a sudden your enemy is over there, and you like cut back. You use your reaction to swing at Timon.
Oh my
Me?
god.
No.
Make an attack roll against Simon.
I'm sorry, Tyler.
Wait, what happened?
Are you though?
What happened?
He hit him with something that made Arkmir attack time end.
I don't. Do I add a modifier?
Yeah, it's a normal attack. You're attacking.
Yeah, that hits for sure then.
Alright.
That's
Roll
like
I'm not wearing armor.
Yeah, it's 24.
The little one's gonna see this, and because he's standing beside both of you, he's gonna impose.
He's not standing beside Arkman.
It
Yeah.
has to be Arc beside
Yes.
Arkmir. Oh, well then.
You have to
Forget
be
it.
within
You're
5
getting
feet
hit.
of the person
The attacker.
Does
Yeah.
that have to roll damage?
Yes, and you do sneak attack damage because it is a surprise attack.
Oh my god. This is a good time to
And
not
he is
roll up.
technically at this moment he is an ally to you, and he's standing right beside Simon. So, it is a sneak attack.
Do your worst.
No.
Just do exactly 11. That's his 10 hit points.
Yeah.
That's 5. 7. 12. 17 plus 4, 21 damage.
That's not that bad. You got this.
Really, only it's like 10 damage.
His second attack is a 14 to hit you.
That
Is that
misses.
it? And then his third attack on downswing, he actually connects with Timon.
Motherfucker.
Your disadvantage save him a natural 20. So,
Easy.
does a 14 hit?
Yes, it hits.
Oh, right, you don't have your
Because he
armor.
doesn't have
I
his
don't
armor.
have my armor on.
Oh god. That's why we don't press
make a
buttons in
Constitution
a
save.
bad guy's room.
Constitution.
Yes.
We're getting shade from.
This is the third taser go on the Cat of Nine Tails that connects.
Constitution 15.
Oh, no.
You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
and you're paralyzed. This bolt kind of sinks into you and sends like a sudden jolt through your system and just like shocks you, and you can't move your muscles at all.
This is not fun, guys.
Calclear, it's your turn.
So I am paralyzed for the turn.
For the turn or until he breaks it.
You are paralyzed until the end of your next turn.
Or I see that happen.
Yeah.
I run over here behind him,
Put a finger in his butt.
and I'm like, and I like jolt you for a second, and I cast Lesser Restoration, removing.
You
the
can still
paralyze.
feel like some of the like electric discharge
Yeah.
vaguely into your hands, and then
Yeah, it kind of like
yeah.
sucks up into my hands.
Like, it's more like
yeah.
Yeah.
it shocks you with too much.
All right.
Technically,
The definition of the shocker.
I'm worried just to kill it, so.
And then kind of back off a little bit back here behind the couch.
It's full on, that's the rear is
Yeah.
accessible. Yeah.
The butt is accessible.
The butt is definitely accessible with the kilt.
Yep.
Simon, it's your
That's
turn.
my go.
It's my turn.
You come to, you just got the shit beat out of you by
By both of them.
that going?
yeah,
both
by
of
the
them.
chain, as well as like suddenly Arkmir just stabbed you with a dagger.
In the butt.
And like, Arkmir, what the fuck? And then
My like clear.
You're clear now. The haze kind of clears, and you realize that you stabbed him.
You're like, I stand by it.
Taimu is going to slam his fists together and activate his giant smite.
Oh, no.
So he grows to about 11 feet tall.
You're a little bit bigger than him now.
You are bigger than him now.
Just slightly.
Giant smite. Yay. And then I am going to attack the motherfucking dog.
Not
Wait.
the professor.
Not the professor. Please don't attack him.
No one is safe.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, no, that's not gonna hit. 11.
That does not hit.
It's a 16.
16
right?
at least.
And that's my turn.
Do you not get extra attack at this level?
Oh yeah, that's true. I get an extra attack, right?
I don't know.
It would be
You guys
under,
are-
Attacks per action too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try again.
Man.
Let me try with the other one. 16.
Hits.
That is
Nice. Okay. Nice. So for the dagger, that's a 1d4.
Just fucking stabbing him.
4. That's 3 plus 6. That's 9 points of damage.
It's a very forced dagger.
And at the end of that, Taimun angrily feels his beard ring shaking, so he clasps it. The eyes turn red, and then I am going to cast the fiery shackles at him. He has to succeed strength saving throw 15.
He also has disadvantage because of
Fire
branding.
armor.
He does.
so hot.
That's a 10, so that fails.
He's a very hot
Nice.
boy.
So that means that so I can invoke the rune to summon fiery shackles. The target takes an extra 2d6 fire
This
damage.
guy's gotten literally set on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Shackles just come up from the ground, tie around his legs.
That Gerald's so hot.
the target is restrained. I need to
For
read-
1 minute. Yep.
He's
Yes.
restrained.
Yep.
Yeah,
because he
That's the
failed,
better
he's
one.
restrained for 1 minute. While restrained,
is
you
Everybody
take,
has advantage on him.
We need to combo your two.
he'll also
all
take
the time
2d6 at
now.
the start of every single one of his turns. So he's taking 2d8 for my fire. Or I think it's 1. It was
So
because
that's
of
another
those two.
9 points of damage. He's restrained with fiery shackles.
Nice.
2d8 from the metal, 2d6 from the fire. This guy's getting burned.
He is getting pretty close.
Astra.
We just smell dog
Witch
fur.
bolt, 3d12.
Yep. Roll
You
twice.
just smell
Get the
dog
lowest.
fur.
Yeah.
Burn.
Yeah.
Oh god, it smells so bad, dude.
Okay, 12
So you're gonna roll shit next time. Yeah.
probably. So 24, 34, 36. Or 16 24. It's 24. That's still
It's
That's
pretty good.
Still really good.
Still
Yeah.
pretty good.
It's 24
As the
points
wishbone
of damage.
connects,
Yeah.
he's
with
starting to
disadvantage.
like with the chains tying him down and the armor burning him. He's like lets out a loud.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's a
Oh, you
howl,
did this.
not a whelp. He's turning back into the human
Oh,
form.
he was like,
But right after he did that, he looked back and was like, bitch.
that makes you feel better.
Yeah.
Ashra,
If
you can hear
Oh,
in the
shit.
distance footsteps coming from the wall that was open behind you over here.
Guys, we should mosey. Can I shut the door? Oh wait, no, I guess I'm not
No,
close to it anymore.
it's also not this door. It's the opening
It's
that
the-
It's
came
like a
here.
wall opening that comes.
They press buttons, and this opened.
Where do you go down the other
We
door?
should mosey.
All right,
Where?
big one. It's your turn.
Yeah, so I'm the start. I'll inflict my boner.
Oh,
Oh, boner damage.
Yeah.
So 6 and 6, so that's 12 for the first roll. And then 8 and so 12 both times. So 12 damage for the branding on his moi.
Yeah, well.
And then I'll see Astra say that, and I'll turn, and because I've recharged it since last time I used it, you'll see the little tube of oil, and I'll shoot the oil right here. So this is all covered in the little the goo.
Thank you.
So
little banana
I'm using
peels.
my per turn grease.
What's the
How big
radius
is
on
the
it, or
radius?
How big is it?
Yep.
How
Yes.
big is the radio? Yes.
Yeah.
1 sec. So I cast greasy poo. Any ease?
Oh, sorry, DM. I forgot that I have an extra D6 from the Giant Smite on the
Okay.
attack. Can I do that?
Okay.
It is.
Another 2
It's a
points
cube.
damage?
It's a 10-foot cube. So this area.
10-foot cube.
The circle will work. The circle
Yeah.
one. The small one. The small one.
It's just wherever the door is. So if the door's
like
if
covering
the door's
the
here,
front of the-
it's right there. If
How
it's
is
here,
he
it's right
looking?
there. Wherever the door
Pretty-
is
pretty
where
rough.
it is.
Like when he let out the howl, you could tell that like his fur was burning. He was like not in a good spot.
And then I will queso again.
You cannot use your bonus action to do the hitting metal damage.
Oh yeah, that works.
Okay, well then the dog will just "Arr." Get ready to bite him. That is correct.
Oh, that actually is grease. Nice. It says grease on it.
Mark, come here. It's your turn. What are you doing?
We're gonna kill this guy.
I mean, yeah. Oh man. Oh man. So yeah, probably attack.
You just dominated your will. Are you gonna let that fly?
No, that does not hit.
Yeah.
I'll use my offhand. That hits.
Alright. Roll damage.
Yeah, sneak.
You get your sneak attack.
Yep. Alright. Let's see here. Ooh. 1, 2,
4.
4.
Oh man.
Such a great roll. Oh my
Oh
god,
my
that's
God.
6. I rolled 3 1s and a 2.
5.
10 damage, right?
That's
Or 5. Yeah, sorry. 9 damage.
Paint me a picture of what it looks like.
Oh.
What? It's still just the psychic dagger here. So this one's just gonna go like right into his like temple on the side. And then I just kind of let go of the dagger and it disappears.
As it sinks in, it almost like seems to, like his eyes roll back into the back of his head, like blood starts to drip out of his like tear ducts. So it's just like crumples to the ground, still burning. The armor is still sizzling. His flesh collapses to the ground.
Can I grab his whip?
I was gonna say the same thing before. If we're ending here, I'm grabbing his whip the first fucking time. I need a new weapon.
You grab the whip.
You ain't selling that shit.
What are you guys doing?
Money.
Which way are you going? You hear
Oh.
noises coming from. Like,
Well, I just
footsteps
greased
coming from
that, so we
area.
probably don't want to run through there.
Grab the whip
If
and-
I run over to this door and I just quickly like, because it was kicked open, right?
Yep.
Do I hear anyone from this side or see anybody coming?
Make a perception check.
And
well,
isn't there something?
yeah, I'm gonna yell that out there. There's there's a ladder down here we can take.
12.
You don't see anyone.
But I didn't hear anything.
No.
Okay.
I think
But that is-
with the noise coming from behind you, there is like shouting and screaming coming from the other hallway.
I think you do.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's coming out this way. I'm not sure where we want to go.
This one seems like a secret.
There's a ladder back here and that.
Can I fit?
You can. You should
I
be
can
able-
fit.
It'll be a bit of a tight squeeze. but
Yeah.
You should be able
I was assuming like he's a big man.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Going around, like kind of leading the way around this wall thing, and then down the ladder.
Up or down.
Going down.
Kick the
All right.
back at you.
I think we should be going down.
As you all
But
start making your way down the ladder, very good spot to end the
Bye,
session,
Asher.
and we'll pick up next time. We're gonna call it a bit
Asher will
early
go
today.
that way in the grease.
What?
As you all try to escape from the Mushroom Lounge.
Oh man.
Yeah, remember? Don't press fucking buttons. Stupid.
Are there any
How can
buttons
you
in the
not?
ladder room?
Terrible.
Oh man.
We'll see
We killed
what
Mr.
this
Dogman.
brings next.
I blame that on my chaotic side.
Yeah.
I like it.
I dig
It's
it.
like it's like 60% of the time I might not do it, but this time
You always gotta have somebody who's gonna press the buttons.
Yes.
There's
Yeah.
always somebody who's gotta press the
I
buttons.
love how the big one like went with you guys to go on an adventure for the first time in his life, and since then he's died and almost died a second time. And he's made more enemies than he's made friends.
it's also bloodthirsty.
He
now,
also
too.
God damn, he's a change man.
I made a murderer's dog.
The room,
Hey, he was
the
always
room
there.
smells now of burnt dog fur and a faint hint of apples.
It still smells. Yeah.
And there's a little fire, right?
Yeah.
Or is it? No, it's just
There's
grease.
like a little bar.
Just
in
grease.
The corner.
It's currently just grease. You could light it up, but it's currently just grease that's probably dark enough that they might not see it when they enter, which would be funny. But anyway,
The heat metal plus the burning shackles.
That's a
That
fucking
was,
combo.
Yeah, you
That was
guys
a combo.
combo that more often now.
That
I can only use it like twice before a long rest, if that, because
That's
it's
perfect though.
second level.
I can use once per short rest.
Yeah.
We have all the annoying things
What
for
combo,
me to deal
yeah.
with now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your temporary hit points.
Yeah.
I got the fire shackles and the stupid.
How many uses of channel divinity do you get now? 2?
We just pump out damage.
I think so as well.
You have other spells actually.
I have counterspell.
Yeah.
Profe's like good because the rest of the army's waiting at the other side.
Yeah.
I think I haven't used yet.
You're
too.
going
Yeah.
down, correct?
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess so.
And you're still doing a lot of damage.
Anyway,
With that
okay,
kind of
let's
disadvantage.
wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yep,
We'll see
that
you
was a
next
fun time.
time.
We'll see where this unfolds next time.
Bye.
Bye.